As college graduation gets closer and closer, we all have to decide what to do next with our lives. Whether we're going to grad school, getting a full-time job, or trying something different, one of the biggest decisions we have to make is where to live. This is obviously a huge decision, which is why I've personally been doing a lot of research on this and want to share with you all why Minneapolis, Minnesota is a good city to move to after graduation. When we're deciding where to live, we have to think about what's important to us. As young adults who have just spent tons of money on a college education, many of whom have student debt and will have those payments for a very long time, affordability is important to us. Taking this into consideration, we want to look for cities with low rent prices, and we also want to look at the percentage of income that goes towards rent. Low numbers for these statistics would mean the city is affordable and it would be a good place to move to after graduation. The next criteria that a city must meet in order to be considered a good city to move to after graduation is job availability. Again, we're fresh out of college and we have bills to pay, so it would be in our best interest to move to a city with a lot of job opportunities. For this, we look at unemployment rates for the city, and we can compare them to the national unemployment rate. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the national unemployment rate was 4.4% in August of 2017, which was last month. So our ideal city would have this unemployment rate or hopefully even lower. And if we move to a city with a low unemployment rate, then the idea is that we could get a job, which is ultimately our goal out of college. After we've looked at affordability and job opportunities of a city, the third criteria it must meet is social atmosphere. For this, we need to consider things like how many people there are our age, what do people in the city like to do, and are there many options for things to do. Ideally, the city we move to will have lots of people our age and it will have lots of things to do. Now that I've shown you what makes a good city to move to after graduation, I'll show you how Minneapolis meets all of these criteria. First of all, Minneapolis is affordable. In 2015, the median cost of rent was $979 compared to the national median cost of rent, which was $959. Although it is slightly higher, people in Minneapolis only use 16.54% of their income to pay their rent compared to the national average of about 21%. This means that even though their rent prices are on average about $20 higher, people in Minneapolis make more money, so they're actually spending less money on rent. Along with affordability, Minneapolis has a lot of job opportunities. As mentioned before, the national unemployment rate was 4.4% last month, and it's only 3.4% in Minneapolis. Also, there was a 2.9% increase of jobs in the professional and business services field. This shows us that not only is unemployment low, but job opportunities are increasing even. So the city is affordable, there's job opportunities, and the last thing we looked at was the social atmosphere of a city. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, the population in Minneapolis increased by 8% from 2016 to 2017. This means that people are coming to this city, so it's not a city that is shrinking or people don't like being there. It's a city that's growing, people want to move there, and in general it's just a good place to be. So in terms of young people, about 29% of the population in Minneapolis is between 22 and 34. This is a really good amount of people, and this means that there's a lot of people our age that we can be social with. The other aspect of social atmosphere is the things to do in the city. So I have a couple slides and I'm going to show you some of the big things people do in Minneapolis. So first up, this is the Mall of America. This is one of the nation's largest attractions. It's a huge shopping center. There's also an indoor theme park, as you can see on the slide. And this is about 20 minutes away from Minneapolis in a suburb called Bloomington. And this is definitely something to do. The next thing we're gonna look at is a place called Britt's Pub. So this is a local pub that is very popular with people living there. As you can see, it's also downtown, and there's a lot of space for people to do activities, play games. People play music there sometimes, and it's just a good place for people to gather. The third place I put on here is the Guthrie Theater, and it's known for this architecture. It's called the Endless Bridge, sticking out of the side there. And this is just a place where they do plays and all kinds of theater stuff. So ultimately, if we think about it, no one wants to move to a city that's expensive to live in, has no jobs, and has a bad social atmosphere. So it's important that we do research and we find the right fit for us. Clearly, Minneapolis meets all of our criteria, and it's a good city to move to after graduation.